How's it going, everybody? Lance Akiro here, and Chapter 4 was a pain. A pain, I tell you. I seriously had to look up online that last part, and there's barely anybody that played this, and it's like me and this other guy named Jack Lantern TV. I was on his channel, watched his video, he guessed the answer, which he got it right. And that's great and all, but I'm a person that wants to figure out how this works. And what I did was I literally had a VR thing that whoever owns like an HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift, a Oculus Go, or even a Samsung Gear, there's a thing called Big Screen. And Big Screen is a free app where you can communicate with people, you can stream games, you can stream movies, and you guys can chill, relax, and chat. It's a great app. I mean, literally, there's a lot of people that goes on there, surprisingly. So, check that out, and I'll probably post it on the channel so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Without the people that popped in and kind of like talked and kind of brainstorm on figuring this out, it was worth it. So we're going to pop in, and I'm going to give you explanations on each one, and from there, give you a better answer as to why. Definitely as to why I had so much trouble with this game. I mean, it is ridiculous, but it was worth it. So let's jump into scenario chapter 4, chaos. This is basically where I had it. I am definitely restarting it even though I completed it. Oh my gosh, my brain released itself after solving this answer. It was just one of those things where I just had a really, like, I thank the guy a lot. It was just worth it. But yeah, so let's break it down, and I'll give you guys some explanation as to what we are going through. Hi again, Ian. Hi again, Seth. All right, let us break down as to what each puzzle represents. So, sledgehammer, we know what that means. We're just going to gather the items. Now, if it's a little bit too loud and you can't hear me, just let me know. Okay. Alright, surgical saw. Alright, so we know the sledgehammer is for this wall here. That's where we're going to put. Okay. And then the surgical. Let's pick this up, which opens the door for us. Alright, we got that down. We got all of that down. Alright, so let's just keep going. We're just going to keep walking. Now, we're going to look at this little picture here. Now, this picture was pretty easy. Afterwards, it took me a while to figure out. But the items they have on their hands is what you have to really look at. They got a claw, they got a rock, they got a spear, and they got an AK-47. So, yeah, we get that. So, let's move on. So, if you like looking through this, you'll see all the answers on here. I literally had to write this down, too. So, you got the bullets, got 3 bullet holes, you got 5 slashes from the spear, you got 6 rocks, and then you got 4 slashing claws. So, putting that in order from left to right, it'll be 4, it'll be 6, it'll be 5, and 3. So, 4, 6, 5, 3. So, let's check it out. Good job, Seth. There you go. Alright. So again, that was practically easy once I put 2 and 2 together. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so prism key B went there. Open the door here. Went in. Alright, so we have this ball of chain and all that stuff, but first I have to grab this. The torn switch. Alright, so that's fine. So now we can mess with the ball and chain here. And the only thing about this ball and chain that really threw me off was, where does it go? What am I connecting? And I'm going to tell you right now, this did not connect with up there. It did not. Like, probably the 2 balls represented the 2 cutting of the slashing hands, but it didn't connect the dots with me. So here's how I connected the dots. I went in here, and I saw this row of chains. Like, if you notice, it's lined up already. from, you know, least to greatest. So I'm saying to myself, oh, okay, let me go and line it up the same way to see if that gives me the same answer. So that's what I technically did. Not knowing that when I did it, as you can see, it didn't work. So I say, okay, maybe I have to do it in reverse. So that's what I did. I did it in reverse. Which gave me the answer to something. I don't know, it just gave me an answer. Alright, so of course this one was easy because all you're doing is matching or flipping the pictures to make it form into it. And if you look at the cracks carefully, it kind of gives it away. So that's basically what I based it off of, was the crack in the wall. So there's that one. There's that one. Hold on. It's always that top one. Which opens up this case here, but then there would be a skull, but since I already completed, that's fine. So again, this didn't make sense to me. I had no connections whatsoever with it. Alright, so if I hit the light switch, you get a mannequin, and this mannequin you can use the saw on, which, do I even have it on me? Yes, I do. Why are you not working? That's creepy. Okay, now you're not working. Moving on. Technically, I could cut the mannequin, but it's not letting me, so whatever. Alright, so I got this mannequin here with the crippled fingers, but each finger represents a certain length. So with that length, I base it off the chains on here, and that's basically how I got this answer. So if you notice from, I basically say 1, 3, 4, and 2. We'll say that. And then, of course, I got my answer. So it was like, yay, I get to move on. Now, I'm about to get to the part where it gets a little tricky. And this one was the headache one. You can even see it in my live stream if you haven't caught that one. So, right now we got to go through some little introductions so you guys can interact with this or something like that. Anyway, just watch.
Amy.
Daddy.
I'm sorry. I wasn't able to keep our promise today.
It's okay. I just like being with you like this.
Right. When I finish all the urgent work, we will definitely go to the amusement park.
Oh, my doll.
Amy, are you okay? Amy! Clara! Help me, Clara. Amy's not well. The terrible thoughts won't leave my head. Let's go to the treatment room.
Alright, so after that little spell that just happened, we just go down to the treatment room, which is normal. Alright, so it's kind of dark right now. This is nothing that we have to interact with just yet, but let's just keep going. Let's get this roll of duct tape. I knew it was there from like chapter 3, but you couldn't really interact with it just yet until now. So let's fix this. Alright, so now we got light. That's what we need. Light is the key. So this next one here, this really didn't do too well or had any connections. It was more of a kind of a level base. So I wish there was an answer to this, but I just kind of I kind of played around with it until I got the answer. So I don't know where this connected to. Hopefully I might find it somewhere, but that's the answer right there. So, right now there's a force field that I cannot do. It will not let me touch it, which is normal. So the question is, I have this arm, and it has the word help on it. Now, when I looked at it the first time, it did not make sense to me. Why are you putting the word help? But it does make sense, and that is the key right there to open a certain locker in order for you to get the answer. So keep that in mind. The word help is important. So I am probably going to write this down again because likely, I mean, I kind of did wrote it down, but it's amazing how this answer comes up when you do this. And this is all done in math. Even I'm a little bit skeptic. Why math out of all things? So, here it is. So this board right here, this board gives you at least a quick scenario as to what you are looking at in making yourself a schematic. I'm not trying to say the word schematic. A cipher. You're ciphering. This is what you want to cipher to get your answer. So literally, and I'm writing this down again, even though I already have it wrote down somewhere. Oh yeah, it's right here. But everything is increment of 3, all right? So, of course, A equals 3, B equals 6. But then how is it that you get B? By adding 3 in between. So if you add 3 in each segment, you basically get your answer, eliminating the 1 digit in front. So once you make it to like a 10-digit number, it goes back to 0. And this is basically you setting up the chart for the answer for help. So literally, if you keep doing it, so A and B, basically in between is 3, 6, 9. So you want to solve for E through H. And so let's solve for E through H, basically, to get what they equal to. G and then H. So let's say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. You're basically counting in threes. Let's put it that way. Eliminating the first digit to get your answer. So give me a moment. Like I said, I'm writing this down, and I'm going to be making a walkthrough. So just look out for this walkthrough, which then will give you a better chart scenario as to what I'm writing down off to the screen. But so if we know that D equals 2, which represents 12, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, so that'll be 5. And then 18, which eliminate the 1, is F. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. It goes right back to 1, so G is 1. 24 is H, okay? So that's where the H and the 4 comes in. So right now we answered help with the words E and H in between D and I. So literally, if you put that in line, you got that. So now we got to solve for L and P. Again, we're still working in threes. So we're on H, we're on I, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So 27, and then we're back to 30. Or we're at 30, so eliminate that first digit and you get 0. So HI, or actually 27. Yeah, 27, HI. So we're solving for, we got to solve for P basically. Or actually L and P, though. That's the only thing we're working on. So HI, that's 7. And then HIJ, 30. KL, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 27, 30, 33, 36. So 33 and 36, basically. J, and then K, and then L. So we're just basically back with the rhythm of the 3, 6, 9. So L answers for 6. Now we got to answer for P, 3, 6, 9, M, H, I, J, K, L, M, 9, N, O, and then P. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 15, and then 18. So basically, if you put all of that together, and my gosh, just was a brainstorm. I seriously searched people high and low to like work it with me because I couldn't do it alone and my brain was fried. But this literally was it. I even emailed the developers. I was like, "This your puzzle didn't make sense." But after you decode the word help and get all the numbers, that was it. That was literally it. That's help in decryption was 4, 5, 6, 8, which the person's video I saw had the answer, but he didn't have an explanation as to how to get the answer. So now that I sat down, really brainstormed with a lot of people, I got the answer. And this is the only video you'll ever see that answer here. So that's good. Which then gives me this little battery thingy. EMP. Which then I have to combine it with a coil right here. Oh, I didn't even get the battery. Terrible. Let's go get the battery. Battery's right there. Alright, so let's combine the stuff. Okay, so now we got the thing working. And let's enter in this spooky dark room. So right there is Amy, probably in an incubator. I think half of her is in the incubator, technically. But yeah, oh my gosh. Just having an answer to that is probably the best feel ever. Because I couldn't stand it. So let's just continue, because you can't do anything here, which somebody's standing there. And we're basically locked in. Oh man. But yeah, that was it. That literally boggled my brain. Like, all of this puzzle is just math, pure math, and oh my gosh, it's just so hard to like decipher what to do, how to really work it. Like, oh man, just hard to explain. But I was happy, so I definitely thank the people in big screen that came into the room, and we talked it over, tried to, you know, decipher what was going on in the game, and that was literally what boggled my head to like figure out what it was, because it was just something. It was something. Oh my gosh. So hope this helped you guys. So I'll see you guys another time. All right.